I am not defined by the mindset I inherited. I am defined by the mindset I choose to install. I am not a prisoner of how I was taught to think about money. I am the architect of a new financial identity, and today, the renovation begins. There are two mindsets operating in the world right now. They do not belong to rich people and poor people. They are not determined by bank accounts, zip codes, or family names. They are determined by something far deeper and far more permanent than any of those things. They are determined by identity, by the declaration a person has made about who they are in relationship to money, to opportunity, and to their own potential. The poverty mindset and the wealth mindset are not financial positions. They are spiritual orientations. One contracts, the other expands. One reacts, the other builds. One looks at the world and asks, "What is being taken from me?" The other looks at the same world and asks, "What can I create here?" And the difference between the two has almost nothing to do with how much money a person currently has. It has everything to do with who that person believes they are. This is the truth that most people have never been told. The poverty mindset is not caused by a lack of money. A lack of money is caused by the poverty mindset. The order matters. Fix the mindset and the money follows. Chase the money without fixing the mindset, and whatever you catch will slip through the same cracks it always has. Let me show you exactly how these two mindsets operate in real financial life. Not in theory, in the decisions people make every single day without realizing which mindset is driving. The poverty mindset looks at money and sees scarcity. There is never enough. Every expense is a loss. Every bill is a threat. Every financial decision is made from a position of fear, and that fear produces a specific pattern. The person holds money too tightly or spends it too quickly. They either hoard out of anxiety or consume out of desperation, trying to enjoy what little they have before it disappears. In both cases, the money never grows. It either sits frozen in fear or evaporates in panic. Neither behavior builds wealth. Both are symptoms of the same root, an identity that says there is not enough for someone like me. The wealth mindset looks at the same money and sees raw material, not something to protect from loss or consume before it vanishes, but something to deploy, to invest, to multiply. The wealth mindset does not fear money leaving because it trusts that money placed in the right structure will return with more. That trust is not blind optimism. It is the natural confidence of a person whose identity says, "I am someone who builds, and what I build grows." Here is where most people get confused. They believe the wealth mindset is about thinking positively about money. It is not. Positive thinking without identity change is decoration on a crumbling wall. The wealth mindset is not a thought. It is an identity. It is the deep, settled conviction that you belong in the room with prosperity, that you are not visiting, that you are not borrowing someone else's seat, that you are someone who creates, holds, and grows wealth as a natural expression of who you are. The poverty mindset says, "I cannot afford that." The wealth mindset asks, "How can I afford that?" The poverty mindset says, "Money is hard to earn." The wealth mindset says, "Money flows toward value, and I am learning to create more value." The poverty mindset says, "Rich people are lucky or dishonest." The wealth mindset says, "Wealthy people built systems, and I can study those systems and build my own." In every case, the difference is not intelligence. It is not information. It is the identity speaking behind the sentence. This is also why two people can attend the same seminar, read the same book, receive the same advice, and walk away with completely different results. The advice lands on different soil. The person with a poverty mindset hears the strategy and says, "That works for other people, not for someone like me." The person with a wealth mindset hears the same strategy and says, "Let me test this immediately and see what happens." Same information, different identity, different outcome, every time. A man once worked alongside a colleague for years. Same company, same department, same salary. They were friends. They respected each other. But their financial lives moved in completely opposite directions over the course of a decade. The first man talked about money the way his parents had talked about money. He said things like, "Money does not grow on trees." He said, "The system is designed to keep people like us down." He said, "You have to have money to make money." And since he did not have it, the door was closed. He did not say these things with anger. He said them with certainty. And that certainty was the problem. Because he was not describing reality, he was constructing it. Every sentence was a brick in a wall he was building around himself without knowing it. The second man heard those same phrases growing up, but at some point, he stopped repeating them. He did not argue with the people who said them. He simply stopped letting their words live in his mouth. He replaced them, quietly, deliberately. He started saying things like, "I am learning how money works." He said, "I do not have the answer yet, but I am the kind of person who finds answers." He said, "Money is a tool, and I am getting better at using it." These were not affirmations. They were identity shifts. Small, quiet, and consistent. 10 years later, the first man was still in the same position, earning more, but owning nothing more, because every raise was absorbed by the lifestyle of a person who believed scarcity was permanent. The second man had built a small investment portfolio, had eliminated his debt, and had started a side venture that was beginning to generate its own income. People called him lucky. He knew better. He had simply changed the sentence. He had uninstalled the poverty mindset and replaced it, one declaration at a time, with a wealth identity. The world did not change for him. He changed for the world, and the world adjusted. Here is the practice. I call it the mindset inventory. Take a blank page and draw a line down the center. On the left side, write the heading, "What I currently say about money." On the right side, write, "What a wealth identity would say instead." Then, fill both columns honestly. On the left, you might write things like, "I am not good with money. Money is always tight. I will never be wealthy. People like me do not build real wealth." On the right, next to each one, write the replacement. "I am learning to manage money with discipline. Money is a tool I am mastering. I am building wealth one decision at a time. People like me are the ones who change the family trajectory." Do not edit yourself. Write the truth on the left. Write the new identity on the right. Then, every morning for 30 days, read only the right column, out loud. The left column is your past programming. The right column is your new installation. Repetition is how the old mindset was built. Repetition is how the new one will be built too. Today, I ask you to do one thing. Listen to yourself. For the rest of this day, pay attention to every sentence you say or think about money. Do not change anything. Just notice. Are the sentences coming from a poverty mindset or a wealth mindset? Are they contracting or expanding? Are they closing doors or opening them? Write down the 3 most frequent sentences you catch. Those 3 sentences are your current financial operating system. And now that you can see them, you can begin to rewrite them. I am not trapped in the mindset I was given. I am choosing the mindset I will carry from this day forward. I am not defined by scarcity. I am oriented toward building. I am not repeating the financial sentences of people who never built what I intend to build. I am writing new ones, and every new sentence rewires the system that governs my decisions, my discipline, and my wealth. I am not poor in mind. I am rich in direction. And direction, held with discipline, always arrives at its destination. If this reached you, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe. Drop a comment. Tell me what shifted. This is only the beginning.